You guys are gonna love what I have to share with you today. It's a puff pastry and apple tart using one of my favorite convenience items, puff pastry. I've taken one sheet of the puff pastry from the box, left it folded, and I'm rolling it out to an 8 by 14 inch rectangle. Make sure that you defrost it, but then keep it cool in the refrigerator for up to a day, much longer than a day, and it starts to discolor. It's very useful if you measure your hand span, then you can use it as a guide and you don't have to get out the ruler. Give it a trim and make sure the edges are nice and even. This also helps with the puffing. If you've rolled over the edges, it could squish it and make it so that it doesn't puff. So you want a nice clean edge. Put it on a baking sheet and into a freezer for about 10 or 15 minutes while you get your filling ready. The chilling really helps to keep the puff pastry's shape when it bakes, so it's pretty important. I have 3 Granny Smith apples. They need to be peeled and then cut into 1/4 inch thick slices. You can use an apple core to get the cores out. I just like to cut around the core. I feel like maybe I lose a little bit of apple, but I find it fast and I don't need a specialty tool for it, so it's a trade-off, I suppose. So I just cut around the core. And I do like to go back in and just to make myself feel good, slice off these little edges around the core. And then I feel like I've gotten the most out of my apple that I can without using a corer. Then you want to mix your apples with 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. Stir it up, and then one last thing before you get your tart shell, you need to make an egg wash. Take 1 large egg yolk. No need for the white. You can do a whole egg if you want, but you just need the yolk, and I was saving the white. I'll just get rid of the white. Add my yolk. Whisk it a little bit, and then add a teaspoon of water. All right, now I'm ready to get my dough. Nice and chilled. Brush it with your egg wash. Make sure that the egg wash doesn't drip down the sides of the pastry either. That will also inhibit the rising. Then create a border by cutting about halfway through the dough, not all the way through, 3/4 of an inch from the edge, and arrange the apples within that border. Spread them all the way to the edges of the border, but not overlapping the border. The border will puff up around the apples, making a nice little edge. Dot the top with 2 tablespoons of butter and have your oven preheating to 375 degrees. Bake this until it's puffed and golden and the apples are tender at 375. That'll take about 30 to 35 minutes. Then when it's still a little bit warm, you can brush it with a glaze made with 2 tablespoons of apricot jam, heat it up with a tablespoon of water. And you just brush it over and it gets nice and shiny and beautiful and very professional looking. Most pie shops brush a glaze over their fruit tarts. That's the difference between them and you. And now you can be just like them, or just like me. I know that's all of your dreams. Beautiful, right? You can make this at home so easily. It's only 6 ingredients, and you couldn't be more happy with the results, I don't think. Serve it warm or room temperature. Serve it for dessert or for breakfast. Delicious. So good. Granny Smith are really nice and tangy too. I implore you to try this one. I think you'll really love it. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.